sometimes the stresses and strains of business gets you. When you make a mistake, you have to admit to it, even if that triggers things that you weren't expecting. This week, I take over video editing, Craig goes to church, and Jordan takes on his first carpet repair. I'm Lee, this is Vapor Clean. Let's see behind the clean. It's Saturday, the 2nd of March. I'm in the office. Not really feeling being in the office today, if I'm brutally truthful. Number one, kids are at home, wife's at home, they've got the day off and they would rather I was there with them. We all have that feeling, we all know what that's like. But cleaning doesn't stop, the business doesn't stop, and we've got things to do. I'm gonna be editing the episode for, by the time you're watching this, will be last week. So let me know in the comments what you thought of last week's episode, if you thought it was any different after I've done the editing compared to Craig. So I'm gonna be doing the editing for that today. I don't have time in the week because my week is just too rammed with other things and I wouldn't be able to concentrate enough on getting it done. The other reason I'm not really feeling being in the office today is because a whole, put it bluntly, shitstorm kicked off yesterday. I'm not going to go into too much detail now. I'm going to get my head straight, but I will bring it to you later in the video. So keep watching if you want to find out what the development is on that. It's of my own making, contributing factors, but I think I basically, due to some of my faults, and I do have them, I caused an issue to kick off. It's going to have a bit of a knock-on effect for the next couple of weeks. It won't affect customers. I've managed to mitigate it enough for that, and we will keep an eye on it enough to make sure it doesn't affect customers as always. But I'm going to crack on my video editing. I'll bring you more information on that later in the week and more examples of why cleaning doesn't sleep, because we've got lots of cleaning going on today. We're going to take you over to that now, and you can see what the technicians were out doing Sunday. Monday, 7 AM, not in the office yet, as you can probably tell. Typical sort of Monday morning. We've got Ashley, contracts manager, off on annual leave this week. Matt is covering for her, which is brilliant, but as per usual, it's the first time he's doing this. A few spanners in the works. A couple of people off sick this morning, a few things going wrong, so he's already sort of just having to manage that. Been on the phone to him because he's having issues getting into the laptop, so he can work off that, and then we'll be catching up in the office afterwards. But another prime example of things never stopping in the cleaning industry. It's just constant go, 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 million miles an hour. I've ordered a custom build computer for you for video editing. I'm now heading into Weston Mare to drop the memory stick off for last week's content to Craig. Quick conversation with him as well, because I did the editing on Saturday, which I think went well. Let me know your thoughts on last week's episode if you've watched that. If you haven't, click the link above so you can watch that as well and see what you think. That's the first Behind the Cleans episode that I have put together. There are always limitations when it comes to content, which is a bit of a frustration of mine, but I do understand that the technicians and the support ops, they've got a job to do, and the content is always secondary to the job. They will focus on getting the job done right, not just getting content. So sometimes we really want content of a job and we don't get it, or we get befores and we don't get afters and stuff like that, which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is. I appreciate that the technicians and the support ops do as much as they can do, and they put a lot of effort in to get it. So let us know what you think about that. I reminded myself of some very clever tricks on Premiere Pro. So I watched all of it Every bit of footage I had, I watched through, but I watched it, 2 times speed. Yeah. But I then renamed them. And so I had like Monday day intro, Monday conversation with George about this.
I think it helps you though, because if you're the one recording it, you know what it is before you look at it.
I know what it's about, yeah. I know roughly what it is about, yeah. I've ordered a custom build computer for you for video editing. Once we get it in, you are going to need to start coming into the office. Super fast RAM on it. It's got like 2 terabyte memory on it. Also bought a NAS.
I don't know what that is.
No, I thought you would. See, I used the technical term because I thought, yeah, he's going to think I know my shit then, and got ya. You didn't know it.
That's what it was. You're waiting for your opportunity to say, "Ha, I knew something."
No, I actually just didn't expect that opportunity. I thought you would know what it was, and then I would just look a bit better because now I know what it is. A NAS is basically an external storage system, but it's got backup. I mean, watch the episode through, see what you think of it. Wednesday, like I say, is monthly meeting, but we'll see whether or not you feel like it's worth coming in for that or whatever. I don't know.
No, because we were going to do that recce, weren't we, in the morning?
Oh shit, yeah, I forgot about that as well. I'll catch you later anyway. Okay. All right, give me a shout if you need anything.
Yeah, we'll do.
Jordan, you right?
I spoke to Tech Lee, who sort of went around the whole system, and there isn't really, because you can see on the video where they've sort of sealed around the whole bottom of it.
Yeah.
So normally, like on these sorts of fans, as you know, like there's sort of like a cutout where you can just undo all the bolts and slide the fan out. Whereas this one, the motor actually goes into the main bit, and they've sealed it all at the bottom with this solid sealant. I had to undo 3 of them to get the cover off, but they're back on now.
Yeah, that's fine. They are, so that's standard for a chip shop system, is to have that sort of panel in it and everything. But normally, like you say, you remove that panel and then you have to kind of lift the motor and the fan out. They've obviously had some sort of leak or whatever, and that's what they've done, isn't it? But no, that's fine. You can't do that. You're going to cause damage if you try and take that off. How did you get on yesterday?
No, everything was fine yesterday. Yeah, we got it. We got on. Managed to finish pretty much bang on 9 o'clock. Just sent an email actually. My van needed oil again. I don't know if that's something to concern, but I paid for it. Yeah. I had to pay for it out of my money.
Yeah.
But I got a receipt and everything. I hope that's all right.
Yeah, bring the receipt in on Wednesday, and we'll get it transferred over to you and paid back. Yeah. It's obviously while you were putting your foot down, I kept getting the speeding alerts. Yeah. All right, no worries. I'll let you crack on then. I'll catch up with you later.
All right, no worries.
Cheers, Jordan. Bye. That conversation with Jordan is a prime example of when you do a clean, you have to advise the customer as much as you possibly can. There's only certain things you can do, especially when it comes to extractor systems. The older systems tend to have things done to them over a period of time. That one seems to have been sort of adapted or sort of overlaid with certain things to prevent leaking into the actual property itself. We advise what they should do to try and make the amendments so we can get in and clean it, but they don't always do it. So, and if they don't do it, then we can't clean it. That's the problem. So we have Matt heading over to one of our spa customers again today. We did a deep clean back in episode 31. If you haven't seen that, click the link above. But Matt's heading over there early this morning, or has headed over there early this morning, to really get into those areas, because it's the unseen areas, the bits that are hidden away, that can potentially build up, and it can get worse and worse without people realising. So Matt's going to head over and see what that's like, maybe give it a clean.
In the corner I can't get to. I never know. Because of the wood here.
Tuesday, 5th of March, I'm in the office, frying my brain, basically. It's coming to that time of year where wage increases and everything else and all of that goes up, all in the news and quite a lot of posts and everything else that businesses are struggling financially. Basically puts even more pressure on us because obviously we want to make sure that all of our team are looked after. We pay the real living wage, we're accredited to that. The difficult part is obviously balancing it up as much as anything else, because the one thing that everyone forgets is not just the people with the feet on the ground, the boots on the ground, but it's then the management and everything else above, because effectively they're not fee earning. So we have to make sure that we can also cover all the increases to that as well, because it's not fair for them not to get a pay rise either. So yeah, frying my brain with that this morning, and then this afternoon I'll be submitting a tender, which is the one that I visited last week. If you haven't seen that, click the video above. Click the link above so you can check that video out and see what that's all about.
It sprites through my hand a bit.
This is my van, I just keep it clean and tidy.
Today is the day. It's Wednesday and we're going to do the recce on the big church clean. So if you haven't seen the previous episode where we were talking about this, we're doing a big church interior clean to get it right up to standard, get rid of all the dust and everything else that is inside the main church hall. It's going to be a big job, 4 or 5 technicians on site all day long, and it's going to be an interesting one. We're going to be doing a standalone video of it, but we're also going to be doing some sneak peeks next week in behind the cleans. So check out next week's episode so you can see a little bit more. But for now, let's go and do a recce and let's have a look at what we're going to be dealing with.
God, that's quite a building, isn't it? Insane. Now I just got to find an entrance. What we'll do is we'll do all sorts of like video content as well, and then we'll share it with you. We'll tag it with you. Yeah.
Tomorrow, so we're really looking forward to it.
On Facebook as well.
We are, so it's St Paul's Community. Okay, are you in tomorrow?
Yes, I'll be there tomorrow. Yes.
Lovely. Well, I'll be in tomorrow.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you. So I have a confession to make. I've never actually been to, well, I've been to a church, but I've not been to this church. One of the hardest things about doing this marketing thing is sometimes you have to push that extra bit harder to try and get the best content you can. And, you know, that's sometimes involves making people a little bit uncomfortable, speaking to different people, asking if they're comfortable to be on camera. I think that's one of the hard things. But yeah, I just had a chat with the daughter of the operations manager, who is communications, and she said that she would speak to the vicar about having him talk on camera. So hopefully that goes quite well. That makes things a lot better than I'd even hoped.
I see you're on the church club
Yeah.
with us.
Yeah.
Are you on it? I'm on it as well. You, Lee. I think Scott's on it.
Yeah, and Lee.
Lee and Kurt.
Oh, yeah, we're all on it. Right?
Yeah. I'm not just bringing one camera.
Oh, no.
Are you setting up, like, are you going to have cloths and stuff as well to do some of the work?
Yeah,
No,
We
I've
got loads
lost
of gloves
mine.
for you.
yeah, we've got red rolls, we've got showers.
You can set all the cameras up on the tripod and then you can get your hands dirty showing, but you're on video as well.
Oh, you don't want that. Catch him in the act. God, he loves you, doesn't he?
But what a lovely day.
Yeah.
Had a nice pressure washer job earlier. It's a patio job.
I bet it's a nightmare doing a patio job when it's raining.
Yes. Well, no, it's not that you can't get the job done. You get the job done, but you get soaked.
Oh, doesn't it like ruin the patio again? Like, no?
We had that hailstorm, didn't we, last week?
Oh, I don't think I saw that.
I got a good WhatsApp video. I forgot to send it of me working in the Hellstein.
Oh,
I was doing an outside job. I had to hop over people's gardens to get to the back end of a house, a terrace house. I'd be trying to set up, and yeah, I had to run the hose all around the back of the garden, all around the lane, into the road, to the front of the house.
oh my God.
Yes, it was a nightmare. And neighbours didn't have keys to get through the access for the back of the lane,
Yeah.
so I had to hop over gates
Oh my
to get
God.
to them. Yeah. I spoke to customers, they were fine with it, the neighbours, but they
Yeah.
had keys for it. You're happy to jump into my garden, get to next door. They didn't want me to bring all the hoses through the house.
Called Greg's Lottery. I mean, that's a bit harsh. I thought it was bad enough putting him up in there.
Play the scarrows, right?
I'd like to start on a positive note and say thank you and well done to everyone for February. Despite some challenges, February was a really good month. We did hit the silver target. We definitely would have hit gold target if we did. You're right there. So.
Blues Brothers.
Oh, you can at least give it 60 seconds before you fall asleep on me. Yeah, we would have hit gold target if we didn't have that awkward customer that cancelled very last minute, to be fair.
What was that?
That was the Gildas and Sparkle Clean. So overall, February was not a bad month, especially for a short month. We did alright. We did okay. So well done, thank you all very much for putting in the hard work.
As always.
As always, exactly, as always. We do have a few complications this month, as always. Is everyone aware about the situation? For various reasons, obviously I can't go into particular details, but we have agreed to mutually part ways. Needed different things, and basically it wasn't going to work. Which does put a bit of pressure on the office, because obviously we're requesting that. Sean, Danny, Chloe even have been doing an absolutely sterling job, and they will continue, and the recruitment will carry on, but we are, in all honesty, we're focusing on technicians before we start focusing on office too much as well, so please bear with us. Rather than me standing here and saying to you, do this, do that, I need you to do this, I need you to do that, tell me what you're able to do. I piss and moan to him every day of the week. Marketing basically pays all the bills, because if we don't have the leads, we can't convert the work.
How you feel, Craig?
I don't piss and moan at you every day.
No, it's me.
that's my
It's
job.
me that's crucial.
It's only when I see you, Scott.
I feel for you.
Yeah. Cool. Right, I will let Kim know we're done.
My one last year had the motherboard replaced.
There's a motherboard.
This bit in here, yeah. All the electrics, I think, last.
Oh, you're going to break the camera.
Is it working?
No.
No, is that working?
Oh, right, yeah, it's working, yeah. Like work this week then.
I've had quite a few carpet jobs actually over the last sort of week and a bit.
You had any like particularly bad ones?
Yeah, I had a upholstery clean this morning, and the lady said it hadn't been cleaned in 10 years.
Jeez.
White.
No, it was a brown sofa, but it was like brown.
Was it?
Black brown.
I was going to say, after 10 years without it, it'd be white anymore.
No, she was happy with it though. She could see the difference.
There's even more on the windscreen. We just checked.
Love it.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's it for today, and it's a wrap for monthly meeting day. It's great to get the team all together and really see how dedicated they are. I mean, Sian, bless her, always goes above and beyond. She never wants to miss out on being at the meeting and missing out on knowing where we are, what we're doing and what we're planning on going forward. So much so that for the last few months, she has brought her amazing little son in to grace us all with his presence and make us all laugh. I really appreciate her doing that and going above and beyond. It's been great to see all the team today, but I'm knackered, I'm done, and I'm going home for the day. Thursday, 7th of March. I'm in the office a little bit before everyone else. After yesterday, a monthly meeting, as per usual. Crazy busy, lots goes on, always useful, but always gets me a little bit behind. So I'm in the office this morning to catch up and get some bits done. I have been requested to do some training, technician training, because we don't really have enough availability within the team to do the training. So by me helping out and doing that training, it is a little bit last minute, but by me helping out and doing that training, it just helps the team out quite a lot and keeps them going to keep the customers happy and get the work in, essentially. So I'm going to do that today. It does basically, again, mean I lose a bit of time, but it's part of just pulling together and getting everything done, and who better to do training than me? So I've got a Zoom meeting this morning quickly, and then I will be doing the training after that. It'd be good to get, you know, just to keep my toe in as well and do the training and stuff. So we'll be doing that. Techs are very busy today, lots of jobs on. Contract side is a little bit quieter, thankfully. We've had a few things going on. Matt's done a couple of cover shifts. We've had a couple of alerts this morning. I've already spoken to Matt this morning. We've had a couple of alerts for no-shows, but we've just done our courtesy calls just to see if everyone's okay, and it looks like mainly just a little bit people being a little bit late or having some clocking issues and stuff like that. But we're all sorted now and raring for the day. So it's time to come clean and admit what my big mistake was. Now, unfortunately, we do have someone that is leaving the team, not necessarily completely for this reason, but I will own up and admit that I'm not completely innocent, in the sense that I've probably triggered the decision to happen now. It is someone that I don't really want to see leave the team. It's a shame. It'll be a shame to see them go, but I understand their reasons why. Essentially, they've got their own personal reasons for leaving. However, rather than them being able to take the time and approach us in a reasonable manner, we had a bit of a disagreement on Friday, and being tired and stressed anyway, I let that get the better of me, and I snapped and admittedly acted in a less than professional way, which basically caused this person to react emotionally, and basically it means that they feel they've now got to make this decision. So this decision they were already thinking about anyway, and it's now kind of forced their hand, if you like, really. I mean, we all have our faults. I don't know what that thud was. We all have our faults, and sometimes the stresses and strains of business get to you. And I've apologised. I apologised immediately for my behaviour, not to prevent the situation. Following a discussion, I think it's for the best for them. But I do believe when you make a mistake, you should apologise and you should own up, which is what I did. So it's a shame. I'm not perfect. I wish I hadn't done it, just because it wasn't the right thing to do. But there we go. That's it. So yeah. I won't pinpoint it to exactly which person that is, but they will be leaving us soon. And work their notice period out, and then we'll obviously have to wish them luck on to their next chapter. Friday. If I'm honest, I haven't really been feeling it this week. I don't feel like I've been very productive this week, although I've obviously got things done. It was a good day yesterday. Good to get some training, technician training done yesterday. That felt good, but other things just stack up, and that's because we're under a lot of pressure at the moment with people off and being short and stuff like that. It wears you down. It wears you down. I'm always conscious of everyone else as well, because if it's wearing me down, what's it doing to everyone else? So we need a weekend, we need a break, I need a break, and then it will be a new week next week. Today though, a few more bits to do. We've got Jordan out this morning doing his first carpet repair. So that'll be a good one to see how that gets on. That'll be really, really good. And then lots of other jobs to do as well. I'm in the office all day. More interviews going on in the office. Been a busy, busy week for interviews and a busy time. Let's get this day done and on to the weekend. Let's go, Eric. If only we were all that excited to get into the office. I'm sure I agree with the logic on this one. It's a good job I'm never wrong. You want to go somewhere with the van, don't you? Go, mate. Just go. Yeah, I can imagine, mate. I can imagine. I'm a dad and I'm a reasonable person. I have a heart, mate. Look, I'm a dad. I'm a dad. You just do it. Don't worry. No, it doesn't matter. I get it completely, all right? You make the most of it. Not going to give you details because it's a private issue. Someone else on the other end of the phone. But ultimately, they've got something going on. They want to just basically not use the van. They want to basically deviate from usual procedure, if you like. Which I do sometimes frown upon, but I think actually if you communicate, you ask and everything else, then why not? And that's kind of where I am. I don't blame him. Why not? So yeah, you heard what I said. I think it's good. Well, that's it for this week. Thanks very much for watching. We are now well into March and we've got some big things happening in the next few weeks. So please do remember to click the subscribe button below, turn on the notification bell so you get the heads up when our next upload is completed. We'll be coming back to you next week with another episode of Behind the Cleans. But if you want to catch up in previous episode, please click here for an episode you may not have seen before. Thanks very much again, and we'll see you next week behind the cleans.